Hi and welcome to another edition of Onside SA. Budge is overseas. Him and I have both been overseas. I've just got back. Gavin Radford, Bodrum's in filling in. We're going to get an international pundit, Stevie B, to talk to us. He's in the London studio. So's Budge, but Budge won't be on the air this week. But we've gone through his best bets and his selections, and he's given Gav and I a lot to talk about. Gav, before we get started, let's talk about last one standing. It's the best bet. Now, I know a few of these guys. You must know a few of these guys. Only two guys went out, Gav.
Yeah, I thought so. I said to Budge last week, everybody's under pressure, but the results came their way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's getting thinner and thinner every week. So
you know, the boys that went out, only two of them were...
your mate Phil Giorgio.
Yeah, Phil Giorgio had Watford, and Ricky, the special one, or Van Gaal, had Watford. So the two Watfords knocked them out, and there's 13 left this week, and still a good few friends, a few of my friends are involved here. So I see Trevor Freed, Dick Goss, Dean Moody, Fuzzy, George Salensis, and I see Mark Curry's team. I think it's Brett Coppins. They're still flying. Now it's tough, isn't it?
Now it's tough. Now
they've lost all the big guns.
All the big guns have been played. Now you got to scrape the barrel and get your Brightons and your Huddersfields and Newcastles.
Absolutely. Well, there's 13 left. Well done to you guys. You stayed in and last one standing. Right, let's get Stevie B on the line. Steve, you there? Hello, Steve, you there?
I am. Good
morning. Wonderful to talk to you. Good to catch up during the week, Steve.
Indeed, yep.
Now, I was on the plane...
Back overnight.
Yeah, I was on the plane last night and I didn't get to see Man City or Man United, but two great wins.
Well, they were two totally contrasting games.
Yes.
I mean, United, with 5 minutes to go, looked as if they were out of it. But they hung it in there and took their chances.
Yeah. That's a 90th minute win against Juventus, especially after the old United player scored Ronaldo.
It was a sensational goal. I think up to that point, although they completely dominated, United had actually sort of dug in and had defended very well. But at that point, you couldn't see anything other than a Juventus home win. But to be fair, they didn't take their chances. When I looked at the stats after the game, Juventus had 23 shots at goal, but only 3 on target. And I think that's yourself. If you don't put teams away, then they're always dangerous.
Absolutely, and Man City, they keep on strolling past opposition.
Yeah, I mean, that was a very straightforward win. I mean, there was obviously one moment of controversy. You probably haven't seen it yet, but when you do, you'll see that Raheem Sterling actually tripped over his own feet in the area, and the referee gave a penalty. And I think that, there's obviously a little bit of talk as to whether he should have owned up and admitted that no one touched him.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it was I only saw the highlights, but it's completely one-sided, and City are...
Yeah, well, no cricketer's going to own up, Steve, and say he snicked it. So if the ref gives him a penalty, it's a penalty. Talk about the Spurs game. They've got a tenuous thread that they're clinging to.
You were there, so
yeah, I was there.
I think with 15 minutes to go, for all of Spurs' sort of possession, they didn't quite look as if they were going to break PSV down, but I just had this feeling that if they scored one, they'd score two, and that's exactly what happened. Harry Kane was just in the right place at the right time, and ultimately, I mean, they deserved it, and obviously, he's still got a lot to do, but it's sort of in their hands now. They know they've got to beat Inter at Wembley.
Yeah, and I'm just speaking to Gav here. Gav, did you watch the Liverpool game?
I watched a little bit of it, but didn't get the whole game.
Stuck away 2-0.
Unbelievable result.
Steve, that league's tight, eh?
That's in fact, they were quite fortunate that the other game was ended up in a draw, so it's still in their own hands. But it wasn't. They had chances, Liverpool, but the first half, Red Star really sort of had a go, scored a couple of good goals, and I think that sort of took Liverpool by surprise. They probably should have scored one or two themselves.
Yeah.
I still fancy it's going to be. That is probably the tightest group because Napoli, PSG, and Liverpool. Any two of those three could still go through.
Yeah. I'm just asking Gav a question here. Gav, you're a Man United supporter. You got Man City this weekend. Can you eke something out?
A tough game. I mean, Man City at home, like you say, they're breezing past everybody. 6-0, 5-0. Yeah. United still not out of the woods. Good result last night, but I still see City winning that game.
Yeah. Steve, do you concur? Stevie, you there? Hello, Steve. Are you still with us, Steve?
I can hear you now. It sort of just cuts off a little bit, but
the cut off.
I can hear you now.
We're just talking. Gav being a Man United fan, he thinks it's going to be very tough to come away with a point even.
Well, I mean, as I say, they're still in the group. I mean, in the league, they in their last game, they were completely outplayed by Bournemouth in the first half, but came back strongly in the second half. And it's going to be a very interesting game at City. I mean, the way City are playing, you can't see them not winning. But last season, exactly the same. United, those dug deep and probably played one of their best halves of football when they scored 3 goals at the Etihad.
Yeah, that's right. A year ago, it looks.
I'm still thinking that's going to be a home win, but United, it's a game they don't like to lose, and they've got to be at their best. But maybe they'll show a bit of fight and a bit of spirit there.
Could turn their season round, because if they come away with a point or 3 points against Man City, it helps the whole league and gets Man United right back in the scrum.
I think last season it was, they were obviously determined. They came out at half time knowing that City were pretty much, had won the league and were probably going to win the league that day.
Yes.
And they dug deep and they played really well. And I hope. I hope it is a close game, and I hope that United do give them a good game because.
Some of the games I want to talk.
Been playing, as we know, off late. But City have just seem to have hit their straps, and they're really, scoring goals for fun. And I think that the difference is, any one of the front, the midfield or the forward line at City could seem, capable of scoring goals.
Yeah.
And I think United's problem has been that, their forwards haven't been finding the net, consistently.
Yeah, there's 3 Premier League games and 3 Championship games I want to talk to you about. But I just ask you to find out, how do you, firstly, you're going, I believe you're going up, you and the Egyptian crossdresser Michael Aboud are going up to the Fulham-Liverpool game,
yes.
Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm looking upon it as a day out.
Yes.
The only thing that will probably spoil it will be the result.
Yes.
I can't see anything beyond the convincing Liverpool win, but, I think it's, I think all we're really looking for is an improved performance from Fulham, because it was a woeful performance at Huddersfield, the first half particularly. Huddersfield, are a relatively weak team in Premiership standards, but they wanted to win far more than Fulham, and I think that's, you don't mind if your team loses if they show some fight and passion, and that's been lacking in recent weeks.
Yeah.
And, I just hope that they roll their sleeves up and give a bit of a fighting performance at Anfield on Sunday.
The manager under serious pressure for Fulham.
I think he is now. I think a few weeks ago, I think we would have given him the benefit of the doubt. But I don't think he should be judged on what happens at Liverpool, because not many teams are going to go there and get a result. But I think the management will probably be having some discussions about it. We have an international break coming up. There's a 2-week gap. I guess if there was a time to do it, that's it. But I'm not sure it's going to happen. At this stage, but I think they won't allow results to carry on indefinitely like this without some change. There just seems to be a lack of confidence at the moment, and it's a bit worrying this early in the season. And I'm not, you sort of hear that the players, there's maybe a bit of a rift, I understand, which is disappointing, between some of the new players and the more established ones. But I think they're going to find a way to regroup and dig deep and get some points.
Stevie, both Fulham and Liverpool are coming off a defeat, and the defeat makes a team really press hard.
I mean, when you look at the Liverpool forward line and you look at the way we defend with the worst goals conceded record, you find that unless they really are not on song, with a forward line of, if you've got, depending who he starts, but assuming it's Salah, Mane, maybe Firmino, I mean, it's going to be very hard to see how they can fail to score sort of at least 3.
All right, well, let's talk about Crystal Palace coming off a defeat. They're at home to Spurs. Crystal Palace are going to raise this game.
Palace played pretty well in their last home game against Arsenal, and
Chelsea.
A couple of penalties. I mean, they put up a good show at Chelsea as well. I think it was only when sort of Eden Hazard came on that that sort of turned the tide. So I think there'll be a tight game. I think Tottenham they want to need to get a result there as they want to hang on in there. I think. I've got a feeling either Palace could hold them or Tottenham might just sneak in.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about Leicester, their first home game since they lost the owner. They play Burnley. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I think there's going to be a huge outpouring of emotion. I mean, obviously, it's the first home game since the tragedy. They dug deep and won away at Cardiff last week. I think, the crowd are going to be very sort of passionate behind the team. I think the team will want to put on a show. I think Burnley are a stubborn team, but they have conceded goals this season. I think Leicester will win that. I think, they'll be pushed on by the emotion from the crowd, and I can't see beyond the home win there.
Yeah. Okay, 3 championship games, Steve, that Budge wanted me to speak to you about. West Brom versus Leeds.
Yeah, well, I mean, West Brom have really had a very sudden dip in form. I mean, they've lost 3 and drawn 1 of their last 4 games. Having sort of gone, they hit the top, and all of a sudden they've gone off the boil. Leeds have come back with a couple of wins in the last 3 games. I think that's going to be a tight game. I think you're looking at a draw. I can't see West Brom beating Leeds. Leeds have been hard to beat this season.
Yeah.
Just finding a bit of form, I think that could be another away win there.
Yeah, okay. Half-line Derby and Aston Villa.
Yeah, again, that's another team that they've had some mixed results, Derby, but they've certainly come on with a bit of form in the last few weeks. And their only defeat in the last sort of 5 was at Chelsea, where they put up a very good performance. Villa have with their new manager, they won last week, but with the players they've got, they should be doing far better. I think that's going to be a close game, but I think Derby might just pick that one.
Yeah, and then Notts Forest Stoke. Notts Forest are playing well.
Notts Forest are playing very well. I mean, the problem they'd had until recently was they were drawing too many games. They don't lose many. I think they played very well against Leeds, probably a bit unlucky not to get all 3 points. I think Forest will just pick them. I mean, Stoke have been getting some points on the board, but they're still not very convincing. So it'll be a very tight game. I think maybe 1 goal in it, that Forest might just pick them.
All right, well, Stevie, thanks very much. And I know you're going to be sitting in a Boots big Range Rover up in comfort to the game. Have a good meal, get the beers in, and don't worry about the result.
I know, absolutely. As I say, what could be better than a day out in Liverpool in November?
That's right. So, I believe he's picking you up at about 5.
Take care, bye.
Bye-bye, Steve. Cheers. Thank you. There was Stevie B, the international pundit. We're just talking to him, and you might have picked the gist of it about he's going up to the Liverpool game. 5 o'clock in the morning, Mark Abood picks him up, and away they go.
Lovely.
Mark's got he's in one of the sort of areas where they serve you meals and everything. It's really organised. So he's going up, and then he'll reciprocate because he's a big wig at Fulham or Stevie B.
We've got a few bets going on in the car, I would think.
That's I raced in that luxury this week at Wembley. I cannot believe how they look after you. It's amazing. But it's always the wealthy and the big money, but very good to race there. Right, let's get on to the Premier League. At first, Bodrum. It looks interesting this week. It's getting tough at the bottom. And the first sheet we're going to look at, and you can run through it with me. Here we go. Now, Cardiff up against Brighton.
Well, I mean, Cardiff are struggling. They're really battling. They can't buy a goal.
Yeah,
they're trying everything. The last 5 games, they've lost 4, and they're losing by a number of goals.
Yeah,
they did put up a better performance last week. Brighton, they've won 3 of their last 5. Yeah. So they still leak a result.
Yeah, they won and drew in that. Yeah.
So I would lean towards Brighton.
Me too. Budge has as well. I agree with you. Brighton look at tight organisation, but Cardiff can have a go. It's going to be a hell of a game. That's Saturday early.
Yeah, these type of games generally produce a good game of soccer because teams are quite evenly matched.
Yeah, they have a go.
They have a go.
Talk about evenly matched. Huddersfield and Wet Spam.
Well, Huddersfield, I mean, all the endeavours, they finally came good for them. They got a result.
They did. They didn't score the goal. They haven't scored in 7 goals, and they get in 7 games at home. Then they get an own goal. And
so maybe the slightest maybe, if we can say it, they can maybe leak something out of this game.
Yeah.
West Ham, on the other hand, got a few injury problems.
Yeah, they have.
But I would think West Ham would be a little bit better. I think their strike force is a lot better.
Yeah, I think they've got a better team.
So I'll lean West Ham on the draw.
Yeah, a tight game. Leicester City, as we heard Stevie B say, it's the first game at home since the owner died. Very emotional game.
Very emotional.
They should be the right team.
Yeah, definitely the right. Burnley are going through a terrible patch at the moment.
They're a stubborn bunch. But
Sean Dyche will get them up, try and get them up for the game. But I think Leicester they're a good ball playing team.
Yeah, they are.
So they knock it around, they get the guys forward. Yeah, they got a little bit of quality, a little X factor. Like I said to you, Budge, last week, it was better for them to play away from home than to play at home straight after the incident.
Yes, this will be the right time.
So they got that out of the system, but I think they're far better.
They flew over to the funeral. The key players and management, they went over to Thailand. I saw them all there, and they've got players of the ilk of obviously Vardy, Harry Maguire, Ndidi. There's a bit of ability there.
I can't see Maguire staying much longer there, but even though he signed a contract to stay, I think United will come knocking.
Yeah, someone
can't turn it down.
Yeah.
But yeah, Leicester to win this one.
Now Newcastle pulled a great win the other day. They've got Bournemouth who've been right up there, who got pipped at the death. Bournemouth got.
I'm actually a Rafa fan. I think he's a very good coach.
Yeah, so do I.
What he has to work with, I mean, really, there's nothing at Newcastle.
Yeah, they don't give
the poor
him money.
owner keeps promising him, he'll give him money and he just never comes up with it. So he just keeps fighting
So
on.
who would you bet here? Bournemouth a good side?
Bournemouth free scoring. They score a lot of goals.
Yeah,
I think maybe Newcastle, one bus comes, the second one follows. Hard to beat them at home, Newcastle.
One bus comes, the second one follows.
That's, I think Newcastle. Newcastle
you think
will
so?
get their second win. I think they'll get their
Bournemouth
second
and fighters to be great
Yeah.
game. Southampton now. Hughes has got to be on the list of managers whose job's under threat. And they play Watford. Now, Watford are erratic. They beat Spurs, then they'll go and lose to Newcastle, and they'll beat another team 4-0. I had them in my last one standing, and they went to Bournemouth.
I think
They
their
caught four.
bubble. I think their bubble has burst. Watford. I think they're now coming back to the field
would
where
you-
they should be playing and should be thinking where they are on the log table.
You think
I
a
think
draw?
they're sitting at 8. Yeah, I'll lean towards a draw because
Me too,
Southampton
lean.
can't score.
Yeah, they can't
No
score.
problem.
Amazing, you know. Okay, let's have a look at Crystal Palace, Tottenham. Obviously, I'm funking for Tottenham. I'm a Tottenham man. We 8-10. We invariably eke out results, but the team we stepped out in the Champions League were a good team.
Yeah, Spurs are good players.
Good players.
They've got really good players.
Saha's the
Just-
key for...
They just can't get their game together to put 3-4 wins in a row. That's
Yeah.
the problem with me. Crystal Palace, as you know, with Saha on the team, they can hurt you.
They can hurt you. He's such a dangerous player. I was watching him
Yeah.
against Chelsea, and they had double cover on him. Double cover.
Yeah.
He's such a good
I think
player.
as he's getting older, he's getting a lot better. And also,
Yeah.
I think the manager gives him a bit of freedom on the park to go and do his job.
Because Townsend also runs around a bit, you know. So
Yeah.
I think that they lack the quality, but they've got X factor and so on.
Yeah, I think with the Champions League being played, it always takes something out of the players.
Yeah.
So I'm leaning a little bit more Spurs in the draw.
Okay, lovely. Liverpool, I think, will be way too good. 1-10. That's short price.
That's very short for Liverpool.
Because
I mean, Liverpool have only won, I think, 2 of their last 5 or 6 games.
That's right.
So they're also not
they're not
top of
firing
their
like
game.
a team that could win the league. You know, I agree
they
with
just
you.
put a little bit of doubt into everybody's header game because
Yeah.
you expect them to win quite comfortably during the week.
This should be a
They-
3-0.
Yeah, they should
They
win.
should
If
be,
they,
they
would,
should
they,
be.
they wouldn't be happy.
Yeah, they wouldn't be happy they didn't get there. Now,
Poor
Chelsea-
Fulham, they spend money and they're not getting the rewards for it.
100
A lot of
million,
money. A lot of
100
money.
million. That's why they're under pressure. Now, Chelsea 1-3. Everton, who on a roll, 7-1. Chelsea too good?
Chelsea should be too good, but Everton just one of those teams.
They're
They actually
playing
play
well.
better away from home
Yeah.
than they do at home.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
that boy Charleston up front is scoring goals, so he could be a threat to Chelsea back.
They're a
four.
fair team too. with
They're
the
not
middle
bad.
players,
They're not
yeah.
bad on their day, but
Everton
you
are
would
getting
think Chelsea
results.
on their form.
7-1 if you like Everton.
I wouldn't be going that far, but
Arsenal, Wolves. Now, Wolves has the bubble burst. You know,
Yeah.
I watched the game. I was in England. Spurs 3-0 up. Cantry, I was stirring my tea at home watching the game. 3-1, 3-2. The last 10 minutes were agonising for me
Yeah.
because there's only one side to score next. That was Wolves.
Yeah.
So, but then Arsenal have looked very good.
yeah, I was impressed with Arsenal last week.
Against Liverpool.
I thought Liverpool would win comfortably in that game. I made them one of my best bets for the weekend, and I got burnt.
Yeah.
But Arsenal proved that they can if they play the tempo.
They've got guts now.
They've got a tempo, a bit of pace up front, and they've got 1 or 2 hard tacklers shot
Yeah.
down the middle of the park, dishing it out.
Yeah.
I think they're not a
They
bad side
got
now.
more metal than they did with the old boy. Yeah. Man City, Man United. Now, obviously, you're funking. It's going to be a great result if your team can get a point, I
I
think.
think this is a ticket that everybody wants to
To
have.
watch, yeah.
But I think this is going to be a tough game for United.
It just shows the strength of Man City at the moment. The bookmakers have got them at 4-10.
I mean, you're buying defenders for 55 million and goalkeepers for 70 million. He's changed the whole dynamics of the game in England for the team.
Man United haven't been slow in buying too. They
Yeah,
haven't.
but, I mean, I was saying to the guys, if you picked an English team, just basing on the top 5 teams, you would have maybe 1 United player in that,
you probably.
and you'll have about 6 Man City. I mean, that's
Yeah,
a good
that's
day.
right.
So I'm leaning towards Man City to win.
The last 24 games, they've won 22, they've drawn 1 and lost 1. And
phenomenal
that last
side.
one was Man United. So, Gav, there's
sticks
hope for
around.
you. Bodrum, you could
Hopefully,
be
yes.
galloping home. Let's go to the Championship. The Championship is really getting tight. People are talking about getting clever bets on in this league, and with the resurgence of the derbies and Nottingham Forest and QPR have done well under the Wally with the Brolly, but the likes of Stoke and that haven't fired. But let's look at your first game. Sheffield Wednesday, Sheffield United.
this is
They
a
got
big
6 to
derby.
10. 6 to 10 United. Sure.
Yeah, Sheffield United have come good this year.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really playing some good soccer. But in this league, you can go on a run of 5 or 6 games and think you're going to win the league, and all of a sudden you hit 5 misses.
Yeah.
But very tough. Good value on bets to have in this league, but tough
28
to
to
find
10.
them.
The draw is a bit of a touch for me.
Now I think Sheffield United will win comfortably.
Now they're having a go at Hull City a lot this year. They're going to Birmingham, who are 7 to 10. Birmingham are doing well, but Hull City have picked up a couple of wins.
They picked up a couple of wins, but I made Birmingham my best bet of the week for the first division.
Take the 7 to 10.
Championship. Take the 7 to 10. I think they're a good bet. They won 4 of their last 5 games.
Blackburn are hot favourites to beat Rotherham.
Yeah, Rotherham in a lot of trouble. They're
Lot of
battling to
trouble,
come to terms with the league.
Lost 8 away, drew 2, lost 6. They're in trouble,
They're
Rotherham.
in serious trouble.
Bolton, Swansea. Now, the Bolton are at home and they're nearly 5 to 2. 11 to 10, Swansea City coming right. They lost 5 away matches. They won 2 and lost 3. And at home, the last 6 for Bolton. 1-1, lost 5. They're shocking.
Yeah, shocking. They're 20th in the league table. That says it all. Swansea, they're 9th in the league, so they've won 2 out of their last, and they've lost 3. So it's a tough game, but I would go Swansea in the draw.
Yeah, Bolton's only win at home was Derby, so makes you think. All right, let's have a look at Bristol City against Budge's, but that Preston North End. Now, Budge's up in Preston. He's going to see the old man and the family and all that, and he's having a great time. He's looking up all the old mates. That's why
He's got his beanie on at the moment. I think he's freezing.
He went to rugby with me. We were in a box and everything. We went to South Africa, and that I still cannot believe that tackle wasn't censured anyway. But let's go. Bristol 11 to 10. They lost 6 games. They've won 3 at home, drawn 1. Only lost 2 of their last 6 at home. Whereas Preston,
I think Bristol City will win this one.
They might
Preston are really battling this year.
No
consistency in their game.
Now, Derby County, Aston Villa is a great game. He's done a great job, Lampard. He's got them going forward quickly. They lost 7 home games. They've won 5 and they've drawn 2. You can't fault them. Now, into town come Aston Villa, who were touted to be the team that will bounce straight back up. They lost 7 away matches. They've only won 3 and they've lost 4.
Yeah,
wow. How do you see it?
Very inconsistent. Blaine Hamilton's very happy at Derby County.
He's a Derby man. Blaine's a Derby man.
Blaine will be very happy. Yeah. I think Derby, they're now starting to find their feet again, starting to get some consistency in the game.
They're up
saying that Villa too changed their manager. He battled first 2-3 games. Now they
got a new boy in. Yeah,
they got 1-2 results. I think maybe a draw in this game will be
okay.
Results.
So then Middlesbrough, Wigan Athletic, 7 to 10 Middlesbrough, 4 to 1 Wigan.
Well, I thought Middlesbrough will be walking this league this year. I mean, they had the experience of it last year of just missing out. I thought they would be really doing well, but again, they're just something missing in their game.
Do you know their last 4 home games, Middlesbrough, drawn 3, lost 1. Haven't won one of their last 4.
Something missing in
Whereas
their game.
Wigan, their last away league fixtures, they've won 1 and lost 7. That doesn't look too inspiring.
No, it's not inspiring. I'm leaning towards Middlesbrough because they're the home team.
Yeah.
But no confidence in both teams as to where they'll finish in the table.
Norwich
firing. They really doing
They
well.
lost 5. They won 4,
Canaries are
lost
back.
1.
I mean, they really
Budge likes him this week. Budge likes him. And Millwall, 28 to 10, lost 7, drawn 1, lost 6.
Yeah, again.
There's 2 ways of looking at these things, Gav. When you've got a team that's played 7 and lost 7 at home, you say the law of averages is going to win or draw soon. Where some people look at it and say they're rubbish, don't include them.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a double-edged sword. But let's go on to Notts Forest.
Budge likes Notts Forest and he likes Stoke. I mean, both teams starting to find their feet.
Yeah.
Budge thinks that Stoke are a lot better than what they are in their league position of 15th.
Yeah.
Forest, I mean, they've disappointed. I think Mervyn Humflesh is a big Forest boy.
He's
been there with them for years.
Yeah, he loves Forest. I don't know what Swerve's season.
I don't know how much money he has on them every week, but I think maybe this week it'd be
last 5 games, 1-3, drawn 1, lost 1.
They have turned the corner. It looks like
they're playing well.
They could sneak a 1-0 in this game.
QPR, the Wally with the Bolly against Brentford.
QPR
14 to 10 and 18 to 10. The draw looks like it's on the cards.
Yeah, for me, Brentford and the draw. I like Brentford.
You like Brentford,
side, yeah.
And then there's 2 more in the championship. Reading, Ipswich Town, even money. Reading at home, Ipswich Town 27 to 10.
Yeah, we've got 22nd in the league table, playing 24th.
Yeah.
Bottom of the log, scrap.
Reading
should be the team to go for, but I mean, I would lean for the draw because both teams battling.
The last 4 games, Reading only lost 1 at home. That was to QPR. Okay, then West Brom, another team that hasn't put it together against Leeds United. Good 2 teams with potential to get promoted.
Definitely. West Brom have burnt me the last 2 weeks. They played last week and they played against 10 men. The outfield player went into goals and all they had to do was hit the target. He was flapping. Couldn't get a result. Leeds, on the other hand, they've got a very good manager. They also went off the boil a little bit.
They're on the way back.
They're coming back again strong. Very tight game
Tight
to
game.
call. Games like this, I tend to lean to the home side, so I'm going to go West Brom in the draw.
Okay, now let's talk local football. Local football is getting very, very good. Here are the PSL fixtures we're going to talk to you about. Bidvest, half-line Bidvest against Bloem Celtic. What do you think?
Well, Gavin's got the boys playing really well. I think he's done well now. He's
Yeah.
got through the round of the competition, the competition,
Yeah,
the
top
cup.
8 or whatever it is,
one of those
one of
cups
those
they're playing for.
MTN or
Easy
something,
money.
yeah.
He's got them through. So I mean, Gavin at home,
Hard to beat.
Hard to beat at Mill Park.
Yeah, Bloem Celtic might have it all to do. That's on Saturday evening. Free State Stars Super Sport.
Well, it's always tough going to Free State to beat
Do you know
them.
Super Sport's last 5 games? They've won 1, they've drawn 2, and they lost 2. It's not the greatest return.
They also got through the cup competition, so
Yeah.
I'm thinking that maybe they're trying to build on a bit of confidence. 1 or 2 players back from injury. Free State Stars hard to beat them. I think a little bit of quality Super Sport will win this one.
Okay, Cape Town City, Benny, and against the Black Leopards.
I'm thinking Benny's wishing that he could still be playing because his strikers just misfire week in and week out.
week in, week out.
I mean, he was a
The
prolific
chances,
goal scorer, so he must be really irked every time he sees these guys miss chances.
This game's tougher than they think.
Yeah, tough
Because,
game.
you know, the last 4 home games for Benny, he won 1, drawn 1, lost 2. Black Leopards, last 4 away fixtures, drawn 2 and lost 2. So they haven't won in their last 4, Black Leopards.
I think it's just tough going down to Cape Town. I think you get into that mindset, it's a journey, you got to travel, you got to fly. So I'm leaning towards Cape Town City.
Home team. You're a home team man, eh?
Yeah.
Amazulu at home to Polokwane.
Well, Amazulu they just offer no confidence when you go for stability with them. I mean, one minute that you watch them play, they look like they can beat anybody.
Yes.
Then the game that you're having a go at, they end up losing. Tough game to
Funny
score.
enough, their last 5
Polokwane-
home games, the last 5 home games, they've won 2 and drawn 3. Haven't lost one of their last 5.
Yeah, they're very good out in. I think it's Glen
Polokwane
Stadium
won
they're
2 of their
playing.
last away games, drawn 1 and
Polokwane
lost 1.
side score some cracking goals.
They
score some
they're
cracking
not
goals.
prayerless. They're not prayerless. You're right. Maritzburg United, another home team here. They've got Highlands Park.
Maritzburg United in all sorts of trouble this year.
They haven't won one of their last 4.
No,
at home.
they're in serious trouble, Maritzburg United.
They've got to turn it around at some stage, Gav.
You've got to turn it around, but I just don't see where they can get a result from. I mean, Highlands Park, in the same token, I mean, they're travelling, coming down to United. I can't pick a winner in this game. I'm going to lean maybe the draw.
Yeah. Golden Arrows, Baraka.
Clinton Larson battling with Golden Arrows.
Yeah, last 5 games, 1, 2, drawn 2, lost 2. That's not inspiring.
He's just
5 games, 2 goals scored. That's not good enough.
They're battling. They're really battling. I think Baraka beat Kaizer Chiefs.
Baraka's last 5 away games, lost them all.
Yeah.
This is a hell of a game. I wouldn't go for
This is
over 2
becoming
and a
like the
half.
championship now, where you battle to find good value, but it's hard. Who do you back?
I wouldn't go for over 2.5 goals.
I would lean to Golden Arrows.
Now, Sundowns have stuttered a bit, but they play Pirates. This will be full house.
This is going to be a game.
How do you
to watch.
see it?
I'm a Sundowns boy, and my first game was against Sundowns. Packed house, and I've always fancied them. They always look like they're the team that can pass the ball around.
The Brazilians.
Yeah, they can knock it around. They've got some good players. Pitso's getting them back. The boy Brocky scored, I think, for the first time this year. They're not the full
But you're
finished
playing
article.
Pirates. You're going to get a supportership that you can't believe.
Yeah,
you
they're
know?
unbelievable
This is the game of the
supporters.
weekend, Saturday
Definitely.
at 3:30.
Definitely get a
How are you
ticket
going to go?
for it.
Sundowns.
Sundowns for me.
Okay, Kaizer Chiefs, Chipper United.
Well, the team that has all the problems, Chipper, with their coaches. I mean, every time you have a bad result, you get fired.
Well, their last 5 away
Poison
games
chalice.
have drawn 1, lost 4.
Yeah.
But then Chiefs' last 4 at home, 1-1, drew 1, lost 2. Not inspiring either.
Not inspiring, but I'm going to lean towards Chiefs home game.
All right, now let's go have a look at the Sixers. This is where it gets interesting, and Bud just put his selections in. That's his department. Let's have a look now.
He's going for his soccer 6.
Yeah, he's gone Arrows to win. I think we both agree with that. He's gone for the big derby. Has been a 1,
you can't
2, 3.
separate them. You can't separate them. He's gone the field.
Banker Chiefs.
Banker Chiefs, I think it's the right decision.
Borussia Dortmund, Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich won a good game last night, so I see Bud just lent towards them 2 and 3.
Yeah, I think it's tough to win after you come out of the Champions League during
yeah.
the week. So I would also put the draw in, just in case.
Free State Stars, Supersport, he's covered all his bases.
Yeah, tough game.
And then Bidvest, he's given Bloemfontein a draw at best, eh?
Yeah, at best it would be a draw, but I
Yeah.
would lean towards Wits if you want to go.
You want to cut your perm in half?
Yeah.
2-1-6. Right, the other 6 is a British one. He's gone West Ham United, West Ham 2 and 3.
Yeah, I think just they got the better strike force in this game. Yeah, they should win it.
Leicester, the emotional return. Yeah, they're going to be the team.
Great.
Newcastle, Bournemouth, and Southampton, Watford. He's opened the door to anything.
I would agree with that.
Middlesbrough 1 and 2. I think you agreed with that.
Yes,
you
yes,
agree with
definitely.
that. And then his bank at Tottenham. Oh, I do like Budgie. I do like you, Budgie.
You're going to be sweating for that one.
Yeah, I'm going to be someone type so. Right, let's go look at this. Is the 10. He's gone Swansea.
Win and draw Swansea and Aston Villa win and draw.
No, he's gone Derby win and draw.
Derby win and draw.
West Ham and draw. Leicester at home. He's opened the door with Newcastle, Bournemouth, anything going. Right, he's gone Forest. Keeps Swerve happy. Watford, he's hoping Watford can win it.
Can get back to some consistency, Watford, then you would go definitely Watford in the draw.
Middlesbrough to win at home. Spurs to win away, and West Brom and Leeds.
So he's putting all his eggs in one basket with the Spurs results.
Spurs
so a few boys.
I must have threatened him there. Okay, let's look at 13. What do you see here? He's got the same banker.
Yeah, he's putting the banker with Spurs.
So he banked at Leicester, he banked at Spurs, he's got any bank at Birmingham City. You also like
I
them.
like Birmingham City. I think they're definitely a banker.
He's lent towards Watford, and he's lent towards Blackburn, and he's lent towards West Ham. Open door on Newcastle and Bournemouth. Anything can happen. And the bottom half of this is he's gone Swansea City, as you agreed. Bristol to beat Preston, his beloved Preston. He's giving them a best
going against
draw.
his own team.
Yeah, he's giving them a draw. Derby, Aston Villa. He's gone towards Derby with a draw thrown in. Bank at Middlesbrough, Bank at Norwich, Bank at Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, I think those three teams look like the lively bankers in the weekend's bets. All playing at home. You know, you're winning 80% of your home games, so you should be anchoring a lot of those teams.
All right, now this is the best part of the show. Arsenal to win, West Ham to win, and Tottenham to win. Over 2.5 goals.
Plus Liverpool to win both halves against Fulham.
Okay, so Liverpool's got to be 1-0 up, 2-0 up, 3-0. They've got to be over 2.5 goals. Just about 3,200. Okay, we got that. The Championship Quartet. Norwich, he loves. Notts Forest, Reading, QPR to win or draw.
I think Reading's the one you're going to sweat on.
Me too.
They're on the bottom of the log.
I think Reading's the sweat as well.
He's taking it all to win. QPR to win and draw.
PSL. Amazulu at home. Cape Town City at home. He's following your doctrines. Both teams to score. Sundowns Pirates. That could happen.
Yeah, definitely. There's normally goals in this game.
Yeah, normally. It'll be a great game. And then both teams to score. Newcastle, Bournemouth. Oh, these bad sides. Well, Bournemouth score goals. Newcastle struggle. Chelsea, Everton. You've got to hope Everton grab one. QPR, Brentford we can have. Brentford are rubbish. Bristol City, Preston. He's giving his team a goal. West Brom and Leeds. 2-6 to 200. Right, you must have the Spanish omelette. Alaves and Sevilla to win. Atletico Madrid to win by more than 1 goal. Both teams to score. Rayo Vallecano and Villarreal. And then the Collis King, the 6 and X at Tottenham, Norwich, Atletico Madrid, Juventus, PSG and Malmo, 2-8 to 200. Interesting football.
Yeah, I just worry about the guys that come out of the Champions League because they do put a lot of effort into those Champions League games. So when they come back and they've got an okay team to play against, you've got to be very wary of those guys. They just seem to drop away 20% of the game. So that does leave the door open for teams to get a draw, sneaker draw.
With your weekend, everything hinges on your Sunday evening. 18:30 Sunday evening, man.
Well, I'm just hoping that we're not one of those teams that's going to get a 5 or a 6er. Because the way these guys have been playing, I mean, they've got 2 players in every position, all internationally, fully fledged, top teams in the world.
The golden rule, 11 plays 11.
11 plays 11.
You know, you just got to hope
what you put in.
Yeah, so it looks very, very interesting. Gav, thanks very much. And great to have Bodrum in the studio here with me. Thanks very much to Stevie B. Make sure you get your bets into Budgie for this weekend's game. There are 13 of you who are left and the last one standing. Make sure you stay on side.